नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासु
सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning, Shubhodayam. చలికాలం వచ్చేస్తుంది. పొద్దున్న లేవటమే పెద్ద తపస్సు. Getting up early in the morning is not difficult, not easy. In the days to come, now it's okay. But in November and December, you'll have to do a lot of tapas. Right, please see page number 110. Today we shall learn something about leadership and leader. The difficulty is not in organization and making plans. The real test of the leader, lies in holding widely different people together along the line of their common sympathies. A leader must accommodate 1,000 minds, and this can only be done unconsciously, never by trying. It is a very difficult task to take on the role of a leader. One must crush all one's own self under the feet of the community. One must be a servant of servants. There must not be a shade of jealousy or selfishness. Then you are a leader. What it takes to make a great leader. That is the aspiration of many in the society. They all want to become leaders. It's good. It's a great aspiration. ఒక నాయకుడు అవ్వాలనుకోవటం ఒక మంచి aspiration. But what it takes to become a leader? What are the qualities that you need to cultivate, if you can cultivate at all? So that's what Swamiji is saying. Organization, plans that anybody can do. But what he is saying, to accommodate 1,000 minds, a leader must be he or she who can accommodate 1,000 minds. ఒక 1000 మనస్తత్వాలను మనం జీర్ణించుకోగలగాలి. అండ్ ఒక కామన్ సింపతీస్, ఏదైతే ఆర్గనైజేషన్ యొక్క ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశం ఉందో ఆ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ చుట్టూ వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా పనిచేసేటట్టు చేయగలగాలి. సో దాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ మేక్స్ యూ ఎ లీడర్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ Swamiji is saying it's very difficult to take on the role of a leader. One must crush all one's own self under the feet of the community. That means a leader must be unselfish. My interest is not important. Your interest you will set aside you will always think about the interest of your followers or whoever actually is with you. Their interest should be paramount to you. Their interest should be supreme. So a leader who is selfish cannot be a true leader. So people may follow you, may show allegiance to you as long as there is power in you. But once you become powerless, they will desert you. As we today in our political parties, somebody who are here in the same political party for 30, 40 years, nearly actually you have given your life to that political party and suddenly one day they change the party. Why? Because they don't have trust in the leader who is heading the party now. So why does that happen? Because they don't see that leadership qualities in the leader. That means the leader is not unselfish. Leader has his own self-interest and he seeks the self-interest and he wants others to follow. So I have followed you because all these days you are commanding the power, you are in position, and once you are out of position and people desert you. That's why Swamiji is saying here, one must be a servant of servants. There must not be a shade of jealousy or selfishness. Then you are a leader. Swamiji elsewhere said that a leader is not made, a leader is born. And it's so difficult. What he meant to say is, then should we not aspire to become leaders then? If the leader is only born, if the leader cannot be made, then why should we strive to become a leader? What he meant to say by such a statement is that it is so difficult. You have to get out of your jealousies, you have to get out of the selfishness. Only when you are ready to sacrifice yourself for the sake of community, for the sake of followers, then you would become a great leader. But today in our society, leadership is all that required in every way, in every field, in every organization. Even in a small thing that you are heading at 10 people, but if you really want to, command them, if you really want to lead them, and you should have these qualities. That your interest you must set aside and the interest of those 10 people you must be able to look into. Then only you will be able to command a true allegiance. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to give an example. Today in most of the organizations the situation is like this. Leader doesn't have the leadership qualities, but he expects everybody to follow him. Because I am actually your boss, you need to follow me. They may follow because you are in position of power now, but you won't be able to command true allegiance. But behind you, they will criticize you. It is all like what he used to give the example of. What a snake trying to eat a bull's frog. You know what a snake? Its mouth is very small. Its mouth is very small. But because it is snake, it thinks that it can swallow every frog. Suppose it holds on to it tries to swallow a bullfrog, big frog. What happens? Its mouth is so small. But since it is a snake, it thinks that frog is its prey, its food. And so it tries to catch the frog. But the frog is so big, it doesn't go into its mouth. It's a struggle. It can neither swallow the frog comfortably, nor let it go. It's a struggle for both. It's a struggle for frog and also a struggle for snake. That is the case with most of the leaders and followers. They can't really command a true allegiance. At the same time, they can't let them go. Followers వాళ్ళని వదిలిపెట్టను లేరు ఆ నాయకుడిని పట్టుకొని ఆయన నిజంగా obedience కూడా చూపించలేరు. This is the kind of struggle that happens. But if you are a true leader, if you are unselfish, if there is character in you, and nobody will oppose it, whether you are in a position of power or not, they will follow you till death. That is the kind of leadership you should be able to provide. The first quality is character. Where the character means you are unselfish. Your interest is not important. My followers' interest is supreme. Always you think about the community and the followers, then you will be a great leader. I always give the example of Alexander the Great. So whatever may be the conquest that he had done, whether they were good or bad, I am not discussing that. But the kind of that leadership it had provided, because he just only fought wars and wars and wars. All the 50,000 soldiers who followed him, they actually saluted his leadership and surrendered to him. Because he could command that kind of allegiance from them, he could fight those many battles. Otherwise, you just see, any second battle you may die, next battle you may die. There is no guarantee that you will live. But he could provide, because he was totally, in all the battles, he would lead the army from the front. And Swamiji is here only, another page it is there, you must read actually. Why the 1857 Sipahi mutiny failed? Lack of leadership, he says. Leaders always were standing behind the army and are asking the army, go forward, go forward, go forward. We read so many reasons for the failure of the 1857 mutiny in history books. But according to one English captain told Swamiji, so you could have won freedom in 1857 India, but it got delayed. 1947 we won. The only reason is that 1857 mutiny failed because of lack of proper leadership. The leaders were not unselfish. They're a kind of selfishness because they wanted to save their own life. They wanted others, the followers, ordinary soldiers, to march ahead. How that would be possible? A leader always must lead from the front. Like people may get, little offended when saying that, our own leaders you are disregarding. It's not that, but that's what actually Swamiji heard from British captain. British captain himself said, you could have defeated us, but you could not because you couldn't provide real leadership. The leaders were not real leaders. They were selfish. They wanted to save their own lives and they wanted to sacrifice the lives of their followers. It would never happen. The contrary to this, opposing this is Alexander kind of leadership, where every battle he would lead from the front. He would never care for his life. If I have to die, let me die first, not my follower. And because he had provided that kind of leadership, that kind of courage, and people followed him implicitly, and that is the reason actually he conquered so many battles. He fought so many battles and conquered so many kings, and ultimately landed at the borders of India. So thank you this much for today. And again, we'll be meeting on 27th, okay? Dasara greetings to you all. Thank you.